Hello everyone, hi, welcome back to my channel. So my name is Amanda, if you didn't already know. If you couldn't already tell, I have been off of YouTube for about a month. My camera broke, so I had to have it sent to Canon, and I'm waiting for it to come back. And with all of this quarantine stuff happening, I don't know when I'll get it back. I'm guessing around April and May, so yeah, but it's given me some time to think about the content that I want to make, and I took a social media break for 5 days. I deleted Instagram, I deleted Snapchat, and I've just been doing a lot of self-reflection, so I am so happy to be back. I'm filming on my phone today, so I hope you don't mind that. Today's video is very interesting. I have never done this thing on my channel, so I hope you guys receive it well, you like the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. So today you probably want to know what we're talking about, or you probably saw it in the title. In today's video, we are going to break down everything wrong with the reality TV series Dance Moms. So if that sounds interesting to you, then just keep on watching. Dance Moms is an American reality TV show that debuted on Lifetime July 11th, 2011, and they just recently ended on September 10th, 2019. So the show went on for 8 years, which is crazy that it went on for that long. Like, I didn't know if they were still running or not. I had to look it up to see if the show was still going on, because after season 5, I stopped watching the show, so yeah, wow, that's just a really long series. If you don't know what Dance Moms is, it is a show that follows the training / careers of children in dance under the influence of Abby Lee Miller. She was the dance teacher. Primarily set in Pittsburgh, that's when the TV show, or that's where the TV show started, and then later on in the season they moved to LA, like all of the girls, Abby, and they still have the dance studio in Pittsburgh, which is called the ALDC, Abby Lee Dance Company, but Abby has also opened up other, other dance studios in other places. I know that she has some other than in Pittsburgh and LA, but I don't know where they are exactly, but I know that she has more than 2 studios. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure she does. So anyways, but the show primarily follows the Abby Lee Dance Company's junior elite competition team of dancers that their ages ranged from 6 to 14 years old, so there was a big range of ages. So they traveled week to week to various dance competitions, in the end hoping that they'd make nationals. Nationals is basically the big trophy at the end of the year. You go to all these competitions, and then at the end of the year you can be put into like a big competition that basically guarantees you to nationals, and whoever wins nationals kind of just wins the year. So it's just a lot of competitions throughout the year that leads up to the nationals, which is big titles, and yeah, basically dance teachers showing off their dancers, and yeah, nationals are big huge dances, really expensive costumes, all that great stuff. So the show also had a lot of rivalries between the mothers and Abby. It was just a lot of fighting and a lot of there were just so many fights, and it was crazy. So the dances were put together, choreographed, whatever you want to say, either by Abby, other dance instructors, and occasionally a guest choreographer. I loved when the guests came in because they're just from different backgrounds. I think Todrick Hall came in on one, and yeah, so that's who put together the dances, the iconic dances. If you're ever bored, just watch the girls' dances on YouTube. They're so good. I love them so much. I started watching the TV show when I was 12 years old, so I've been watching it for a very long time. Despite all of the drama which is credited towards the fame of the TV show. All I wanted was to see the girls dance. I was a dancer as well when I was younger, and I just took a lot of inspiration from the girls, and a lot of the girls were my age. And yeah, I just wish there wasn't as much drama. I mean, I know it is a reality TV show and that's what they're supposed to do, but it affects the rest of the TV show, all of the fighting and all of this other stuff that happens. So that's why I'm going to explain everything wrong with Dance Moms. Are you guys ready? I don't think you're ready. There's a lot of tea. Are you ready? Let's get started. So yeah, as I've grown up, I've realized how messed up this TV show is, and watching episodes back, I'm like, I didn't notice that when I was 12. Like, what is going on here? I'm going to break down the characters that I primarily watched. I couldn't list all of the dancers because there's so many that come as a guest. There's like dancers that come on as guests, some that stay for half a season, some that stay for a full season, but then they're not there for the next. So I'm just gonna tell you the girls who kind of just like started off the show and who were like the main meat of the group. So let's start with Maddie and Mackenzie Ziegler. You've probably heard of Maddie Ziegler. She got famous from being in the Sia Chandelier music video, and that's kind of when her fame really skyrocketed, and that's when Dance Moms really got popular too, because in about like 2014, that's when it really got popular. I started watching it in 2012. So yeah, good job for Maddie. So Maddie and Mackenzie are both sisters, and yeah. The next set of dancers are Chloe Lukasiak. I loved her on the show. She was my favorite. I wrote, like in 7th grade, I wrote how she inspires me in every way. Like, it was like a school project and I wrote how she inspires me. So that's kind of sweet, and we're the same age, so yeah, I love her. And then Brooke and Paige Highland, they're sisters as well. Paige is now my age. I'm 19, and Brooke I think is 21 or 22. She's living in LA, and she always hangs out with Tila Dunn. Ooh, I could talk about Tila Dunn too. If you want to see a video about that, let me know down in the comments. So then we have Nia Frazier, and then she's great. Love her. She didn't get enough credit on the show. She is so great. And then we have Kendall Vertes. She didn't come in until season 2, but she just stayed a very long time. I think, I want to say she stayed like 5 or 6 seasons, so I'm including her as well. So those are the main dancers. I am not going to break down much about their mothers because I just don't want you to get confused. I just want you to think of just the main dancers, because that's what the TV show is about, even though the mothers chimed in and my phone ran out of storage, so I apologize for the weird like transition into what I'm gonna say next. So at the beginning of each week, the girls would stand in the studio and Abby would read them their place on the pyramid. If you don't know what the pyramid is, which the pyramid is so messed up, and oh, I just hate it so much. So the pyramid was a result of how all the girls did the previous week at the competition. So let's say that there's like 4 girls on the bottom, 3 in the middle, and then 2, and then the one who did the best the week before. If you were put on the bottom, you were basically shamed, saying like, you didn't do this right, you didn't do this right, like you just don't get any helpful, what is it called, like criticism. You don't get helpful criticism, and I think that really deteriorated the girls' mental health. And the girl who's at the top, which was usually Maddie, was favorited, and she usually got a lot of the solos, and then the other girls, I see what Abby's trying to do, where she's trying to make the other girls work harder, but I'd work a lot harder if I was told like, point your feet better, and just I don't know, do you know what I mean? Like when I was in dance, my teacher was she was very, very sweet and kind, but she didn't say you're doing this wrong. She's like, oh, you could do this so you can match this person, you know what I mean? So like, I just feel like the pyramid is so messed up and messed with a lot of the girls' heads, and they were still so young, and yeah, the pyramid is so dumb. So yeah, as the years went on, the girls' mental health started deteriorating, and their passion for dance, you could tell they weren't as excited as they were compared to season 1. They were just not doing well at all. And all of the girls knew that they were being compared to Maddie, and so that's a really, really weird and awkward tension between the moms fighting all the time, and then the girls. They knew that they were being compared, but they were still best friends, which, oh, bless their pure souls. They just wanted to be friends and to dance all the time, and that's what we wanted as viewers as well. So, but it's a reality TV show again, so they obviously have to have some fights and just, you know, if that makes sense. I'm gonna read this on my computer because I won't be able to memorize this quote. So Abby even quoted saying, Maddie Ziegler is like a breath of fresh air. You're like the stuff we spray in the bathroom. So jeez, that's like so mean to say in front of all the other girls. And I feel like the one who was affected most by it was Mackenzie, Maddie's sister. She quoted saying, I didn't really like it when I was younger because I was getting compared to Maddie. She said, I really just wanted to have fun and hang out with my friends, but now I obviously love it so much. The sisters also mentioned that when on the show, they used to fight every single day because they never got a break from each other, which is very true. Not only were Maddie and Mackenzie with each other filming all the time, they actually went into homeschooling in 2013 because they were dancing, I think, 6 to 8 hours a day, and then they went home, or whatever their schedule was, they were homeschooled, and then they, you know, ate dinner, went to bed, and redid that over and over and over again, 5 days a week, and then like a weekend competition. And so it was very stressful for them to just be with each other all the time. Like, you don't want to be with your siblings for that long. Like, no one wants to be with their sibling that long, no matter how well you get together. You need to have time to build relationships with your friends, and since they weren't going to public school, they didn't have that experience of you know, getting along with kids their age. Yes, there's girls at the dance studio, but it's different when you're at school because they're in different grades, and that's a very good opportunity to just make friends. And so they didn't have that, and they were with each other constantly. So yeah, Mackenzie just being compared to her was kind of, I feel like, the tipping edge. And I'm pretty sure Mackenzie has talked about how she has worked through insecurities that she had because she was getting compared so much, and people were really hard on her, and she didn't even want to be on the show in the first place. She went on the TV show, I think she started when she was like 5 or 6, so she didn't really have a say into, like, she didn't have consent, really. She didn't know what was going on at 6 years old, so to just be thrown into all this, it's just so much for her. There were so many controversial events that happened in every season, probably in every episode, but if I explain them all, I'd literally be here for 3 hours, and I don't think you guys want to hear me talk for 3 hours long. So we already talked about the mental health of the girls and how everything was going downhill, but this was one of the most infamous moments of the TV show, I think. This is the tipping point of when I was about to be done watching the show because it was getting too crazy. It wasn't about dance anymore. It was too much for me to watch, and at that age I was just like, I hate all this screaming. I hate, you know, it's just, Yeah. So at a dance competition, Abby got into a heated argument with Kelly, which is Paige and Brooke's mom, and it turned their little fight turned physical. I'll insert a video right here.
Bonnie, do you know the group dance?
Yes, I know it, but not like that well. I kind of know.
Are you in the group dance?
I don't think so.
Are you? Is she
No.
in? Okay, just checking.
No, I don't know. Look at Brooke over there. Didn't her mother just say to replace her? Brooke, is your mother
We
speaking
come as a
for
team. We're all leaving.
Brooke, is your mother speaking for you? Do you not want to dance? I just want your mother to quit speaking for you. You're 15 years old. Grow the hell up.
You know what? You shut the hell up.
See how she talks to me?
Abby, if you're not happy with my kid because she doesn't sit here and smart mouth you and say something back, we will leave.
That's fine.
Kelly, why? I'm
You know
just
what?
asking.
Don't even
I'm
speak
just
to me.
asking.
Don't even speak to me.
Oh, why can't I speak to you?
Because I don't want to speak to you.
We're coming into this all new. And so I just want to know what we're getting into.
A bully for a teacher. Here's your costumes. Enjoy the dance.
It's
Girls,
Let's go.
Kelly, we don't want you to go. The girls, you guys don't want to go.
Obviously, she wants someone who has never danced here take both of my kids' place.
No, she
No,
doesn't.
the kids want to dance.
not
Brooke
what
said
it
she wants
is.
to
That's
do
not
that.
what she came
No,
in for.
Did you just sit here and say that my daughter looks miserable, so maybe we should put Kalani in her place?
no, I never said
Yes,
that.
you most certainly
No,
did.
I didn't, dingbat. Listen, I said, Brooke, is your mother
Get
speaking
your
for you?
finger
Do you
out
want to
of
be
my
here?
face.
Girls out the room.
Yeah, you
Girls
wouldn't
out
even
the
get
room.
off of me.
Out the room.
Get away from
out
me.
the room. Girls, out of the
Who do
room.
you think
Right
you
now.
are?
Turn around. Turn around.
You are
All
nuts.
of you.
No,
out
you're
of the room. Now. Out of the room. Maddie, you too. All of you out of the room.
Go.
All
She's
of you.
crazy.
Out of you.
No, I'm not crazy. You're eating my face.
Gotta get out of the room. Girls, gotta get out of the room. No, absolutely not.
Get away from me.
Call the police right now.
Go ahead. You are coming at me.
I was not looking. I was over this way.
That's ridiculous.
You know what?
Call the police.
You know what?
So Kelly was later arrested, which what? And her daughters Paige and Brooke would no longer be appearing on the show. So that was, I'm pretty sure, towards the end of season 4, and they never came back. So that was kind of crazy, but it gets even crazier, of course. Paige wasn't done with Abby, and in October 2014, Paige sued Abby over what she describes as abuse. I honestly don't know if there was any abuse or not, but Paige was only 13 at the time. Paige's defense was that there was an episode where Abby threw a chair at Paige, and both that mental and physical abuse led her to have a lot of panic attacks and extreme anxiety. In my personal opinion, when I watched the clip of where Abby was throwing the chair, she was definitely dealing with anger issues at the time. I don't know if she still has that, but out of that anger, she threw a chair near Paige. I didn't see it thrown at her, but obviously the producers can edit it to make Abby look like the good guy or make Abby look like the bad guy. So I wasn't in the situation, so I can't say anything. So I don't know. Eventually the case was dismissed, so that's just, isn't that wild? Like, what? Like, Kelly fought Abby, and then Paige sued her at 13. Like, this is a dance show we're talking about. This isn't... I'm just confused. But this is my last point, and probably the craziest of what happened on the TV show. Well, it was a part of the TV show, but it was kind of a reason why everything ended as well. It did not end on a really cute note. So this is, yeah, the dynamic that changed Dance Moms forever. Abby decided to hide money from the government, as one does. Just kidding. She was soon caught with 20 counts of fraud. Okay then, including falsifying, There we go. Falsifying. I'm reading some stuff from my computer just so I can stay on track because I can easily get off track. So falsifying bankruptcy documents, which means when someone gives into the temptation to hide property, the filer risks an accusation of bankruptcy fraud. Some examples, if someone is being intentional, would be concealing a property transfer that occurred before the bankruptcy. For example, failing to disclose gifting a car to a friend, knowingly making a false statement in the bankruptcy paperwork or to the bankruptcy trustee. So those are just some examples of how you can get like a fraud. So anyways, she also brought over $100,000 of Australian currency into the US without declaring it. What? So Abby went on to an Australian tour, I'm pretty sure in 2014 with the girls. I think it was Maddie, Mackenzie, Nia, and Chloe. I'm pretty sure there were like 4 or 5 dancers. I don't think all of them went, but I remember when this happened in like 2014, 2015, they went to Australia, they went to the UK just so they can have like a dancing tour. They made a lot of money from it, and it was like a workshop where other girls their age could come and learn from both Abby and the girls. So that is why they were in Australia. So she brought over $100,000. Okay. What? So when all was said and done, of course, she got caught. She was sentenced to 366 days in prison, a year and 1 day, obviously. A term that she started in July 2017. Her time in prison was cut short after 10 months due to health complications. In May 2018, she was released and sent to a hospital where doctors discovered that she had spinal cancer. Whew! It required emergency surgery and several rounds of chemotherapy. As of April 2019, she finished her 10th round of chemotherapy, and she's now cancer-free. And then that was in April 2019, and then the show ended in September 2019. So, whew, that was definitely a whirlwind, considering the show started off with girls competing and ended in mental abuse and fraud. But let me know in the comments what you think was wrong with Dance Moms if you watched it, or any point I talked about. What do you think was the most messed up thing? If you have any other things you remember from the show that should have been in this video, just leave it down in the comments. Let me know what you think about all of this. Do you think it should have turned into this? I definitely was not expecting this at all. I still follow most of the girls' Instagram, and it's fun to like keep up with them and see what they're doing. And if you like this video and you want me to do more like these, go more in depth about different TV shows or movies or books or just like anything, I also want to go into different brands like ColourPop, or you know, like different makeup brands. I didn't really say which brands, makeup brands. Just let me know down in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up, and I think that's all I had to say for today. So I will see you in my next video. Bye. Love you.